Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your full moon in Leo reading. Okay, so let's talk about this energy with the full moon. First of all, it's going to start on the 9th of February and it's going to go for about 2 weeks. The new moon in Leo, that energy is all about, well, one, energy, right? Having energy. It's about courage, which is nice, passion. It's also about the home, family, relationships, whether they're romantic or not, all the relationships in your life. This Leo energy is about the heart connection, that passion, what drives us. It's about you taking the lead. Okay, this is a time where we take the lead in our lives, and it's about intuition. Okay, this is very, how do I want to say this? Okay, so this information, Taurus, this energy is really about that passion. Okay, however, passion can be good and bad, right? We have passion that drives us, and we have passion that, you know, I I don't want to say it this way, but I don't have another way to say it, so I'm saying it this way in all the videos. That hate, right? A passionate hate for a situation or someone, but hate is just such a strong word. So this energy, what we're trying to do, why you're here watching this video, is to know that the passion is there and we want to use it to our advantage. Okay, we want to use it to our advantage. We don't want to go through the hate part, right? That's never a good place to be. So with that being said, let's jump into your reading, what Spirit has for you for this new moon in Leo energy. Okay, Taurus? So the divine for the overall energy is don't let your past hold you back. Now, what I'm getting from this card is we tend to reminisce, right, about the past. Of course we do. Past loves, past situations. However, sometimes that can put us in a state where it doesn't let us move forward, right? It does not let us move forward. We tend to go back and think about it and then kind of sit in that space. And the divine is saying you can no longer sit in that space. Okay? It's not doing you any good. It is time to put it back. It's the past. Learn your lessons. Doesn't mean you can't think about it once in a while, but you can't go back into that energy. And I think for a lot of you Taurus out there, you already know this, okay? This is not something new. We've been evolving, especially the last couple of weeks, a couple months. However, it's like Spirit's saying, like, now's the time to cut it off completely, okay? To let it go, to know that we don't live in the past, we don't live in the future, we just live in the present moment, okay? And it's kind of like this the divine saying, listen, we want you to move forward. We've got your back. However, you have free will and you're choosing to stay in some of this space. So it's really, really time to completely clear it and let it go. Again, this can be relationships, this can be situations. Oh, it was so good 10 years ago. Why can't my life be like that again, right? Yeah, that's all got to go, okay? Because we can't sit there. We just can't. We won't move forward. Hence the card. Don't let your past hold you back. So use this energy over the next 2 weeks to really let go. I mean, really let go, okay? Just because we let go doesn't mean we forget. All right? Now, let's get into the tarot here, Taurus. The first card out, I love it. It is the Three of Coins. This is focusing your energy on the passion, the heart connection, whether that be work, whether that be a relationship, but what your heart truly desires, okay? And you need to keep going with that. Keep moving forward, right? He just didn't stop at 2 pentacles. He's moving on to the next pentacle, right? This is also about your team, okay? Your angels, your guides, and your ancestors. They are working with you. However, every time you go back into that energy, they have to stop. It's like you hold down the whole factory, okay? Everybody's got to stop and wait for you. You're the leader, right? When we talked about the Leo energy, you're the leader, okay? So when you say halt, everybody's got to halt. I think that's a really good analogy. So it's in your own hands on if you're going to move forward and continue production or not. And you're on such a good roll right now, guys. There's no reason to stop, okay? Then you have, and I love the progression, then you have the Four of Coins, right? Now, this is about feeling secure. This is good. This is, my past was my past, whether it's things that you don't feel good about what you did, what you went through, people, doesn't matter. You're embracing it now. My past is my past. I faced that. I faced the fears of that, and it's okay because it doesn't matter. It was all there to get me to this point here. And it's this acceptance you're having of that. And that brings in security for you, whether that be financial security, because it opens you up to receiving more financial goods, right? More money, job, raises, right? All of that. Or if it's just your own self-worth, it makes you feel more secure with who you are. Okay, so this is really good energy if you follow the advice from Spirit and you don't let your past hold you back. You let that go. Because look at this. Then you have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is going to be different for a lot of you because you're at different stages. But this Taurus, this full moon in Leo, I can't talk. This full moon in Leo energy is about relationships. So if you let go of the past relationships that didn't work out, and there's a reason they didn't work out, you're going to find over the next 2 weeks somebody new is going to come in. A little bit more mature, kind of has their shit together, right? They're going to be drawn to you. So there could be new love coming in for some of you. Now, for others of you, this is more on the what you're passionate about, how you make a living, your hobbies, things like that. And all of a sudden, if you're like, it's kind of like, I'm waiting for Spirit to explain to me, okay? When you try something, you're like, I'm really passionate about this. I want to do this for a living, right? And you do the classes, you study it, and then all of a sudden you're like, I really love this, but it's not happening for me. I'm not very successful in this area, right? And we're like, ugh. However, it leads you to another branch of that, okay? So another branch. So let's say, because that's who I am, let's say it's a healing modality, right? Let's say you went to school to be a nurse and everything was great and you did really well, but once you got out in the real world, it just, I don't know, it just wasn't really working for you. So you're still in the healing business, but you find a different branch of it. So maybe you become, I don't know very much about the nursing industry, but maybe let's go bigger and better. Maybe you become the doctor. Okay, maybe you take it a next level up, and that's where you need to be. And these opportunities come in, these realizations come in right now. Okay, so there's these realizations that will come in that, oh, that was to get me to this point. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Taurus. Now, yeah, look at this. You have the Eight of Coins. So this is that passion again of continuing to grow what you're trying to grow, manifest what you're trying to manifest. So when those moments come up where that passion can go towards hatred, maybe you get in an argument, a heated argument with somebody, instead of focusing your energy on that, focus on the passion that brings you joy. Sometimes that's work, a hobby, right? Your children, whatever it might be for you. And just keep going towards your manifestation. Keep this energy balanced out, okay? Because it will be a little bit emotional. All right, it absolutely will be. But remember your heart connection. Remember what you love. Remember what you're doing out of love. If it's love for yourself, love for your work, love for other people, right? And just stay focused. They keep telling me, stay focused on the work aspect of it. That's what I keep hearing. Even though this energy is about relationships, it's also about your passion. And passion can be what you're doing, situations, right? And there's so much of that in this row that's really Spirit saying, hey, please take our advice. You'll come through this energy even better. It's good energy if we focus, okay? It's very good energy if we focus. Then I knew this was going to come out. I knew this was going to come out for you, Taurus. I just knew it. Because we're talking about not holding on to the past. You have the Six of Cups here. That is reminiscing about the past. And that's okay, okay? good or bad, but we don't want to sit in that space because it holds us from going to new space and having more beautiful new things, right? This is about thinking about past memories. But if we do that too much, it's not that we shouldn't, but if we do it too much, we can't create new memories. Some of you, this is going to be people coming back into your life. Good or bad, you will have to decide that, all right? But yeah, you might get someone who reaches out to you, an old relationship, an old flame, an old friendship. All right. This is where you have to use the intuition part of this energy, right? Because there's a lot of intuition with this full moon in Leo to say, do I want to respond to this person? Do I want to rekindle this, right? However, the overall energy is don't let your past hold you back. So I'm going to tell you, it's okay to say hello, but I wouldn't take it any further. Okay. So if this happens to you, where somebody from the past comes in, you can be pleasant, you can forgive, you can say, hey, it's so nice to hear from you. However, I would not pursue anything further than that because it's going to get you stuck in the past energy. Okay? Just a little warning, guys. Now, here's where the really good stuff comes in. You focus on work or your passion or your hobby, whatever this is for you, and then you have that. That's going to come in some way, shape, or form. You're like, okay, that's good. Thank you for that. And then boom, you have the magician. This full moon in Leo reading, right? Again, I said it's also about the home and the family. You can really start manifesting things, okay? The magician's all about manifesting. You can really take this energy, pull it in, and really work with it for some really great results, okay? Really wonderful things. You're taking the lead. The magician takes the lead and says, this is what I'm going to manifest. Here we go. I've got all the tools I need. Let's go make it happen, right? And the magician is always working from his heart space. So it's all about the focus these next 2 weeks. It's about the focus because, look, again, now you have the 10 of coins. You're mastering, you're working, you're studying, you're feeling good about everything, you're manifesting, boom, 10 of coins. This is the money coming in, okay? Now, even though this energy really doesn't talk about work per se, when you're bringing in the money, what does that do? That gives stability. What does that do for the home? It makes people in the home feel good because people aren't stressed about, how do I pay this bill or how do I pay that bill? And it just brings the whole thing together, right? So work with your passion, what your goal is, what you're trying to do, how you want to bring the coin into your life. Focus on that over the next 2 weeks. Don't get caught up in old relationships, okay? Don't get caught up in old anger for old situations like, oh, I really deserve that promotion. They didn't give it to me. No. Don't go there. That's the past. Okay? And you'll start seeing that coin coming in. And very interesting, the Lovers in Reverse came out for you. This is very important during this time to stay in alignment. Okay? This card, when it's reversed, is all about you being in your personal alignment. Stay there. Now, that doesn't mean new love can't come in, guys. Okay? But sometimes when we have new love come in, we kind of lose ourselves, right? And we start skipping work because we want to be with that person, and missing a day here and there. And all of that is good. Don't get me wrong. I find that very romantic and fun and whatnot. But sometimes we get so caught up in with it, we start losing focus on ourselves and our goals. Okay, so that's what this is saying. It's okay if that new love comes in. That's great. But if it's new love, they will respect the fact that you need the time to continue to run your life. So stay in alignment. It won't hinder that romance. Not at all. As a matter of fact, if you say something like that to that person, they will respect you more. Okay? They will respect you more. So stay in alignment with what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to manifest. Also, in this card, I would tell you it's probably going to come out a lot for all the readings. Stand your ground, because again, that's that passion, right? People are going to look at you, maybe even family members, and they're going to be like, I don't understand why you're doing this. You had such a good thing going. You've changed direction. Just stand your ground. There's no battle, though. Same thing I said in the Aries reading. No battle, though. All right? Because, yes, this card depicts, quite a battle. He's staving everybody off. But Spirit is telling me that you guys need to have more grace about it. More grace about it, okay? So if they're going to have that fighting energy, that's fine. You're like, hey, that is your opinion. You're entitled to it. However, that's not part of my belief system. Therefore, I'm just going to go and do my thing. So you walk away, but not in a head down, you win type way. You walk away because it's not worth it. Okay? It's not even worth discussing with you. I'm going to say my piece, which is yes, you are right to your own opinion. However, it's not part of my belief system. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Right? And just know that it's bound to happen when we have this very passionate energy, because again, it can go both ways. Passionate for the good, passionate for the bad, right? But it's up to you to make the decisions, right, to stay in the high vibration of this full moon in Leo, okay? Because it is very, very positive. There's courage and energy behind this. This is good relationships with family, with lovers, right? So there is. All right, so there is, just take the high road is what I keep hearing. Just no matter what, take the high road. All right. And then look, again, when you do that, you make space for this. Boom. Not only do you have the 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Coins in this deck, same thing. You have the 10 of Cups, emotionally stable, happy, harmony in the home. Again, look, I want to be in this card. I want to be in this card by the fireplace with a glass of wine, under the blanket, with the animals all around me. Who doesn't want that? Okay. Snuggled up with my, person. Yeah. Okay. So that's there for you over the next 2 weeks. Absolutely it is. So it's almost like I see this as what Spirit's trying to point out to me is like, you're working, you're staying focused, right? Everything's going good. It's going to stay good. And then boom, all of a sudden something comes in your mind about something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whether it be I failed at starting to try my own business, I failed at a relationship. Oh, I really miss that person. We really did have, and then you got to stop yourself and go, none of that matters. Those were all lessons to get to me to this point, right? And then it brings in one, you're getting the coin, right? You're manifesting the money. It's all coming in. Everything's good. You get to take the break. That's how I look at this too. It's not just that you have the 10 of Cups energy, right? The home is harmonious and happy and things are good, but it's also, this is your evenings. I've worked very, very hard during the day. I get to celebrate in the evenings. So like if you're going out, right, this is the month where we have Valentine's Day here in the US, right? Saint Valentine's Day. I hate the fact that we don't say saint anymore. Not because of religious, out of respect. Saint Valentine's Day, right? And a lot of people do things for Valentine's Day, and I think that's great. However, the way I'm picturing it is this. I've always told my significant other, please do not buy me flowers on Valentine's Day. Don't make reservations for dinner. Don't do any of it. And all the people I know are like, what is wrong with you? I said, because you know how many people are doing that? So many people are doing that. That does not make me feel special. It's like obligation. However, if you buy me flowers on a random Tuesday, well, then I know I'm appreciated. Okay, so it's about the perspective. So when I'm looking at this card, I do see, Valentine's Day, but I see celebration at home in your way, the way that you express love for one another. If you're single, spending that time, with your family, not everybody is a big, huge, like, let's go celebrate. I want heart candy and I don't know, whatever else is out there. I really have not paid attention in years. Okay. Hallmark is not going to be my friend right now. But when you rather have that just seems so much more special. So again, not living in the past, moving on to the future, having a much better, sorry guys, I'm still getting over this cough. A much better experience, right? A truer sense of how one cares for another. And there's passion there too, right? And then look at this. Here comes the intuition we're talking about, because this full moon is about using your intuition. Yes, you have the moon, and this is saying, look at this. It's like there's chaos around it. Yeah, we were talking about this crazy passion, good, bad. There's going to be moments of reminiscing, living in the past, right? This is the chaos. You are to focus on the path, use your intuition. If your intuition says, do not reply back to that person that just instant messaged me, then don't. Okay? Just follow your gut, follow your intuition over the next couple weeks. You should always, but it's just saying we can get Listen, if you took the one person, we all have one person that we were really, really crazy about that totally broke our heart, right? And if it doesn't matter if it was a month ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but if that person reached out to you, your first instinct would be like, oh, I got to know what's going on here. And then you start reminiscing, right? And sadly, we don't reminisce about what broke us up, what caused the breakup, why we weren't a good match. We reminisce about all the romantic and nice times and oh my goodness, and right? Get out of there. Okay? Just get out of that. Okay? Do not let that trip you up. Okay? So if your intuition says, listen, I'm mature and whatnot, and I'm sure I'd really like to know what this person's been doing all this time, but that can lead to all sorts of danger. Okay? All sorts of danger. Very rarely does that turn out positive. Now, that's not going to be everybody. All right, Taurus, but I'm just kind of saying. Now, look at this. Love this. At the end of this energy, if you stay focused, you leave the past in the past, you move forward, you are the magician, here it comes, another financial opportunity. Remember, guys, we don't just have one. Okay? Another financial opportunity. So this, again, could be a new job, right? A raise. It can be new clients. It can be something you never even thought of to bring money into your house, right? An extension of the services you do as an entrepreneur. Whatever you can think of. I mean, there's multiple possibilities here. But the divine is handing you this opportunity or this gift. Some of you, it's more of a new beginning, but I guess that would make sense too. Some of you, it might be, and I said this, I think, in the last video too, because, here in the U.S., we are getting tax returns now. It might be a bigger tax refund. It might be an inheritance. It might be the state owes you money and you didn't know. And I'm sorry, because I know we have so many people from around the world watching. But I do live in the U.S., so I kind of got to relate it that way. But, look up. I mean, honestly, guys, look up. There's these things where you can look up in your state if the state owes you money for anything, right? It could be a lost paycheck. It could be just all sorts of things, right? So, I mean, that's kind of a side note, but yeah, okay. But it's more of a new beginning, a new opportunity. It doesn't mean you're leaving the old one. It's just adding to, okay? It's adding to. I love this. I love it. I do. Okay, now let's move on. Spirit also brought out, very interesting, the Violet Flame card, okay? So this is absolutely, you're getting a lot of clarity, okay? We always think, oh, I had clarity. There's no more. There's always more clarity to have, right? So this is, the Violet Flame. It's shining its light. It's showing you the way, right, out of any darkness. And I feel like this might be leftover darkness for you, Taurus, for those of you who've been watching a while. You're all at different stages. Some of you are brand new. You might have to go back and watch some other videos. But time is fluid, right? But for a lot of you, this is like, oh, I do not have a better way of saying this. I don't want to say it that way, Spirit. Some of you are going to be really crude. Please do not be crude, okay? Please do not be crude on the channel. Maybe just put an LOL or a ha ha ha. But it's like you clean the room, right? You clean the house, you clean the room, you clean it in the daylight and everything looks clean, and then you put the black light on it and you see all sorts of more dirt, right? And you're like, wow, I didn't know that was there. That's kind of what this is. It's bringing even more light, a better light to really clean out the cobwebs, if you will, of what may be holding you back, of what still needs to be released. So sorry. I had no better way of saying that. I'm not happy with Spirit telling me to say it that way. And although sometimes when that light shows up, there's like some really deep, painful things that kind of are shown, that had been sitting there for quite a while. Maybe we thought we forgot about them, but we didn't. It's good to face them and finally let them go. Leave the past in the past, right? So it's not horrible, guys. It's just more eye-opening stuff, okay? That's the only way I can say it. It's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity to really clean some stuff out. The things that don't work in your life. It's what Spirit's kind of saying, it's some of those things that we don't even know we're hanging on to. And they come to light and we go, wow, I didn't realize I was hanging on to that energy. Okay. And that can happen all the time. But the whole point is this is for your highest good and it will bring in more clarity. All right. And of course, for me, seeing all this purple and this violet, right? It's all about that third eye chakra too, right? That's the intuition coming in. So, again, trust your gut on everything, especially in the next 2 weeks. And what I love here is lastly, Spirit brought out the bridge card, successfully overcoming a problem, right? So if a lot of you have been feeling stuck, like, hey, I've been doing the work, but you're still feeling stuck, this energy is going to push you forward. You're stuck because you're still holding on to the past a little bit, right? So you will have success. You will cross that bridge. But that's so perfect. Okay, so when we cross the bridge, right, you don't look back over here. That's the past, right? That's the past. You're moving on from that past. Whatever it is, guys. Okay? But overall, really great energy. Just stay focused. That's all I can tell you, Taurus. Just stay focused. Okay? On what's really important. Don't get sidetracked, right? Because you've been working so hard as it is. Do not let anything or anybody sidetrack you right now. Okay? Use this energy of the Leo full moon to keep you energized, to keep in that courage of taking that next step forward, even though I'm like, I'm not sure where it's going, but I'm trusting it, right? Keeping the passion for what you're trying to create and manifest, right? Use this energy to keep your home life, your family, your relationships positive. If tempers start flaring, you be the calm one. You say, I respect what you're saying. However, I'm going to walk away right now, right? I'm going to let you cool down. We can talk about this reasonably, but I don't feel a lot of that. I feel 80% of this is happiness. And yes, I will say it because we are in that energy. There is going to be some good times happening in the bedroom, guys. If you're in a long-term relationship, there's going to be some fire put back in there, okay? If you are not, but somebody comes in, yeah, there will be some good times in the bedroom for the next couple of weeks. But don't let it take you away from this. All right? Don't do the whole, oh, we just met, we really like each other, we're going to spend the next week in the bedroom together. No, you got shit to do. Sorry, but you got shit to do. Okay, Taurus. All right, let me know how it resonates, guys. I read each and every comment. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That lets YouTube know that this is value to you. And don't forget to click on the little bell that notifies you of when Spirit and I upload a new video. All right, so until next time, Taurus, all my love to you.